When you going to start celebrating yourself? When you going to stop worrying about what your mama think about you, what your daddy think about you, what people say about you? It don't matter what they say. It only matters what you repeat to yourself. What your mama say wasn't important. What you repeated to yourself about what your mama said was important. What your daddy said wasn't important. What you repeated to yourself about what your daddy said was important. So I need you to watch your mouth and watch what you say about you. Is that clear? No, I said I need you to watch your mouth. Is that clear?
Yes.
I need you to watch your mouth. Is that clear?
Yes.
And some of y'all, I need you to wash your mouth. Take out those old words and start putting some new words in it. I'm dope. Your North Star is in what you listen to, who you hang out with. Your North Star, something in your soul responds to things. It's in your soul. You got to start listening to your soul. You got to stop cutting your soul off. It's telling you this person you should be hanging with. This person should. You think Quinn, the only dude I've ever met at a conference? You think this the only dude that ever told me he wanted to do work with me? You think it's the only person I've ever met? 99% of them I don't fool with. Why? Because they're not really about what they say they're about. They're not really about you. They're not really about the people they serve. They're doing it for the money. They're doing it for fame. They're doing it to be seen. It took 18 months because I got to make sure before I connect my soul with another man that I'm connecting with the right man. This is my soul. My wife came to the event. I'm exposing my wife to this man. I'm asking this man about an opportunity for my daughter. She lives here. She's a social worker. I'm asking for opportunity. I can't have my family around anybody. Your soul speaks. You got to listen to your soul. You got to listen to the healthy part of you. You got to listen to the part of you that wants to blow up, that wants to do well in life. You got to stop listening to that dark side. You got to stop paying attention to that dark side. That dark side got you in some places you don't want to be. Your soul is going to take you to your North Star. I prayed before I came to San Diego. I prayed about who I would be connected with. People call me all day. I saw you in the mall. I see you in San Diego. Let's connect. Connect for what? Bro, when we come to an event, bro, we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and then afterwards, happy hour. I want to be with people who don't want to be around substance. I'm not interested. No, I've never drunk. No, I didn't smoke. But my daddy did. My uncle died. So Rosa, my uncles drank, and they don't even look like they looked when we was kids. That alcohol tore them up. I don't want that. I don't want to be around that. It don't make you evil if that's what you want to do, but my soul does not want it. So I want to be around people who want the same thing I want. Listen to your soul. Let it guide you. It's there for a reason. It's not there to hurt you. It's there to help you. It's not there to hinder you. It's there to help you. It is your North Star. God gave you something called a spirit for a reason, a soul for a reason, so he could communicate to you. This is his way of talking to you. Don't go there. Don't do that. Don't be around him. Don't be around her. Anybody know I'm talking about? You ever been around somebody you ain't supposed to be around and you felt like you weren't supposed to be around them and you stayed around them anyway? And what happened when you stayed around them? Just being real. What was the consequences? They weren't good. So when you going to stop not listening to your soul? Does that make sense? Yeah, I was just here to wake up your soul today. That's it. You're woke now. So your music you need to keep, and I don't care what nobody tell you. You don't listen to the outside. You listen to you know what it's like when your wife don't want you to go to the prison on your birthday? It's not necessarily a healthy present. I wasn't happy about that, but I had to be obedient to my soul, not to my spouse at that time. I'm here today. You're supposed to be resting. No, that's not what I'm supposed. That's not what God told me I'm supposed to be doing. That's not what I know that's what you think I'm supposed to be doing. I get it, but that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. My soul cries out, I need to be in this room with y'all. Because as I'm in the room charging you up, you charging me up. And this charge right here from pure people, y'all think y'all want to be hooked up with these people that's famous just because they got money don't mean their souls is. Just because somebody live on the hill don't mean their soul is pure. That don't mean that you're around it. That money don't mean that. You guys don't realize who you are. You're pure, bruh. Some of you at your most purest state because you got knocked down. You got humbled. And now you ready. Now you ready to live. Now you ready not to make certain mistakes. Now you ready to bounce back. Some of you were arrogant before. Be real. Some of you had a lot and you got knocked down. Just be real. Where are you? You had some stuff and you got knocked down. Put your hands down. You're in the greatest place you could ever be. That other place wasn't a healthy place. That other place, if you would have gone with that person, you'd be messed up. Does that make sense? If you would have stayed that person and listened to that person, you know how bad off you would be? Worse than what you thought you were. And so you got stopped. Let me tell y'all something. Don't complain. Don't talk about problems. Don't get negative. Win. Winning heals. Winning solves all the problems. People talk to you different when you start winning. When I was a high school dropout, people talked to me different. When it took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree, stop complaining. Ain't nobody treating you like that because it's personal. And it's not personal. When you start getting results, people treat you different. I worked with Denver 2 years ago when they won the championship. They treat me different. I was with Baylor when helping them. They won the championship. They treat you different when you solve problems versus cause them.
15 years ago, we set out on a mission to ignite a fire in your soul every Monday morning. Through 17 powerful seasons, we've inspired millions to chase greatness, to push past limits, to never settle for less. And now, we're back. Season 18, bigger, bolder, and more transformative than ever.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, E.T. You already know what time it is. Bring it from the bottom. Thank God it's Monday. Woo! All right, look, I need you to do me a huge favor. I plead with you, listen to me. For the next 30 days, I need you to give you your best. Come on, I'm pleading with you. Look, I'm gonna say it one more time. For the next 30 days, I plead with you. I need you to give you your all. I didn't say your kids. I didn't say your spouse. I didn't say your best friend. I need you for the next 30 days to give you every single thing you got. So the thing that's stopping you from living your best life is you frustrated. Some of you, like you're frustrated, you feel powerless. Like there are other humans that have more influence over you than you have over you. There are people who have more influence over your spouse than you do. There are those of you who, your children, somebody got more influence over your children than you do. Like somebody's got more influence over you as it relates to your own life, and you're frustrated. You're like, why don't I have more control of my life? Like, why does everybody else have more control of my finances? Why does everybody else have more control of my time? Why does other people have more control of my emotions? Like, you feel powerless. Look, there are those of you like you're frustrated in your career. Like you've been working too long and you've been working too hard to just be where you are. Like for real, you've been putting in hours and hours. You've been putting in effort. Like and you still not where you want to be in your career. It's still like a glass ceiling. I'm talking to you. I'm going to get you past that. You okay? We gonna be all right. But I just want to call it out. Some of you are frustrated in your relationships. Like y'all been hanging out with the same people your whole life and you've got nowhere. You look online and you see friend groups building. They doing cruises and you see them making money and they doing conferences. And it's like that their union has built something. You've been with the same people. Y'all still just smoking weed. Y'all still just getting drunk. Like y'all still just partying. Y'all, like, no disrespect. You've been doing that forever and there's nothing from that has produced anything. You're frustrated. You're tired, right? Look, I got the solution for you. I'm telling you, because I've been in a lot of those places that you've been, right? So here's the solution, right? RESULTS. I'm gonna say it one more time. RESULTS. Results. Listen to me. When you start getting results, people treat you different. Like, watch this real quick, y'all. Watch this real quick. Let me tell y'all something. Don't complain. Don't talk about problems. Don't get negative. Win. Winning heals. Winning solves all the problems. People talk to you different when you start winning. When I was a high school dropout, people talked to me different. When it took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree, stop complaining. Ain't nobody treating you like that because it's personal. And it's not personal. When you start getting results, people treat you different. When I walk through the city now, people treat me different. I'm at, what is it called? I don't want to mess up it. Is it Edgar Allan Poe? I want to make sure I'm saying it right. That's the name of it. It's an elementary school. I came out of the middle school. Dog, did you see the dude? I thought you saw the dude. What was he driving and what happened? My man, what you doing in Chicago? What you doing in Chicago? I was born in Cook County. Where was you born? This is where I'm from. What do you mean? He said, I can't believe they treat you different when you succeed. Yeah, you saw it. Yep. I remember I couldn't get into school. I remember but listen to me, I'm telling you, when you get results, people see you differently. When you get results, small wins, medium wins, big wins, people treat you, I'm telling you, you gotta get wins. I'm telling you, you gotta get results. I don't care about, listen to me, the only people that wanna hear your ideas, the only people that wanna hear you talk about what you're gonna do, the only people that wanna be around you and you put forth all this effort and you ain't get no results is your spouse. Maybe you're gonna put up with that. Maybe your mama or your grandma feel good about that. But I'm telling you, in the real world, if you don't get results, listen to me, I don't care how much effort you put forth. If you don't score the touchdown, if you don't win the game, you get fired. Coaches have gotten fired. When you start winning, people treat you differently. All right, so this is for the big money, y'all. All right, this is the application part. This is the new TGIM. This is the application part. Here's what I need you to do for me. I need you to change your mindset. I just need one thing from you. For the next 30 days, you're going to give me everything you got, and then you're going to change your mindset. It doesn't matter if you don't win. You got to change your mindset. Only winning matters. If you lose, no, I don't want to hear no excuses. If you lose, nobody's going to treat you fairly. If you lose, nobody's going to have any patience for you. If you lose, nobody's going to want to be around you. If you lose, nobody's going to respect you. Listen to me. Results get respect. You're not respected right now. Nobody respects you. Nobody believes in you. Nobody wants to give you their time, and nobody wants to give you their resources, and nobody wants to give you your energy. Nobody wants to be around you. Why? Because you're not getting results. You want respect, get results. You want respect, people respect me now. And so I need you to do me a huge favor. We're going to talk about, don't miss next week, because I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to start getting results. But for right now, I just need you to change your mindset. I need you to stop telling yourself you won because you tried. I need you to stop telling yourself you won because you put forth effort. I need you to stop telling yourself you won because you showed up. I need you to stop telling yourself you won because you got this great idea. I need you to do me a favor. Only winning is winning. That's it. It's your boy E.T. Winners win and losers lose. Get results. Are you hearing me? Get some doggone results. Let's go. I'll see y'all next Monday.
What you see. Until you see what you said. Okay, one more time. Speak what you see.
Speak what you see.
Until you see what you said.
Until you see what you said.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to stop speaking what you see. When you see a problem, you don't see it to talk about it. You don't see it to put more fuel on it. You see a problem because you have the solution. Let me tell you something. When you start coming up with solutions to problems, I worked with Denver 2 years ago when they won the championship. They treat me different. I was with Baylor when helping them. They won the championship. They treat you different when you solve problems versus causing them. They pay you different when you solve problems versus causing them.
We got to get to a point in life where we just don't focus on physical strength. Like we all in the gym, you know, we vegan. Some of us, you know, we eat right? We take care of our physical bodies, but we don't take care of the mind. And when the mind is messed up, everything is messed up. Like when the mind is destroyed, everything is destroyed. So number one, I wanted to tell the young players that we got to take our mental and emotional fortitude. We got to take that serious. I'm going to be real, you know, probably just recently, I realized I was mentally ill. Like, what you saying? Like, yo, flat out, my mother was 17. My father wasn't in my life. I lived on the streets of Detroit for 2.5 years. I lived in abandoned buildings. I ate out of trash cans. Like, that was trauma. And my whole life, I was taught, like, yo, you a man, be strong. Like, you a man, you don't cry. Like, you a man, be tough, right? And I personify that. Like flat out, like my videos, I ain't telling nobody, you get to whine, you get to give up, you get to cry. I ain't on that. But I realized in my own personal life, like, yo, you've been traumatized, bruh. You came into this life with a 17-year-old. You came into this life without your father. Like you came into this life without some of the skills that my son and my daughter got because my wife and I had been married 5 years before we had kids. So number one, when I think about motivation, I think about like, yo, you got to be mentally strong. And what does that mean? It means that in Miles' case, instead of looking at dark times and looking at what you don't have, that's a mental illness. A mental illness is even when you got it good, you find a way to see the bad in what you have. A mental illness is even though the Lord has blessed you, you don't see what the blessings are. A mental illness is you don't have the ability to count on one hand all your blessings. And when you're still in the funk, you go to the second hand and you count And so I started to become mentally strong, and I was able to look at, you know what, homeless ain't the worst thing that ever happened to you. Like, you could be dead, right? So what do you need to do? You need to start going to church. When I started going to church, I started saying, oh man, wow, I see they going to college. All right, yep, I'm gonna get my GED and go to college. I started looking at, the GED ain't the worst thing in the world, because the GED opened up the 4-year degree. And yep, it took you 12 years, but you finished. Now you can go get the master's degree. Yep, now you can turn a master's degree into a PhD. And so all of a sudden, I was homeless because I was thinking about I didn't have my father. My mother was young. I grew up in a certain neighborhood. I didn't have certain advantages that everybody else had. So number one, and I want to stay on this one because, like I said, this kid never cried. He never complained. And so one of the things we want to do with our young players is like really help them to understand that while you got to go out there and put the points up, at the same time, you got to make sure mentally you're strong. Because a lot of stuff is going to happen in life, and you got to make sure when you get hit, you have the ability to get back up. Real quick, I want to make sure, when I say motivation, I'm actually talking about mental health. Yep. When I talk about motivation, I'm actually talking about, again, when I talk about motivation, I'm actually talking about, one more time. When I talk about motivation, I'm actually talking about, and how many of us, like, for real, I know we hit the gym in the morning. I know we do that. I know we work out. We work on our games, but just being real, how many of us spend as much time on our mental health, motivation, like the ability to say, my favorite quote, never let a good crisis go to waste. My son, can you give me, Candace got the book. Can you let me see the book real quick? So mental health is, we are in a recession, right? That mental health, we're in a recession. Like as a speaker, I don't know if y'all know what this means, but as a speaker, they said something about social distancing. Rocked my whole career. That's all I do. Thank you, son. That's all I do is speak. So in 2019, when we entered 2020, they really said my whole job was gone, right? I'm accustomed to being in the locker room or being on the field or being at a stadium or being out of the country, talking to 10,000, 5,000. My whole job was gone. So what does mental health look like? It looked like, instead of me saying, man, I done lost my whole job. Like I'm used to making, at that time, $50,000 a pop. Like, ain't nobody paying that for no Zoom. Mental health was, relax, count your blessings, look within and see what can you do, even though they've taken your main source of income, what could you do? And so for those 2 years, I wrote a book. I got a publishing deal, right? I wrote a book, right? They came to me, hey, we're going to pay you this much. I said, I'm good. I want a greater percentage. Like, I'm betting on ET. Like, flat out, I'm good. You ain't got to give me no nothing up front. I don't need no royalty. I don't need nothing. I just need a greater percentage because I believe I'm going to sell 1 million books. So during the recession, my mental health was like, yo, they've taken the one thing that you know, the one thing that you're good at. They've taken that away from you. I thought it was going to be 6 weeks, then it was 6 months, then it was a year, then it was 14 months, 16 months. It was 18 months before I got back on the road again, right? Motivation is mental. Yeah, come on. Motivation is mental. Good. Motivation is mental. And we got to work on that. So being honest, how many of you in the room, you spend as much time on your mental health as you do in the gym or as you do playing basketball? Let me see your hand, right? And it's cool, whatever. But I'm just saying, I got a kid who is dying of cancer. He knows he's going to die. He's swollen. His stuff is coming out. But every day when I see him, every day when I talk to this kid, he's still like, E.T., I have nothing but positive things to say. That's because physically he was handicapped, but mentally he was strong. And so we got to work on our mental. So number 2, the role requires soul. So of course we got to be selfless with the sacrifice. You know, I'm walking up the streets of Vegas. I'm, doing my thing. People pulling me to the side like, yo, E, flat out. You know how bros are. They like, E, I don't take pics with grown men. You know how we do. Like, yo, sometimes you see celebrities, bro, and they kind of play you. So I want to take a pic, but I ain't know. I'm like, bro, let's take this pic, bro. They was like, E, thanks for all the videos. I was like, bro, that's what I do. That's what King did. That's what X did. That's what Garvey did. That's what Sojourner Truth did. That's what Harriet Tubman did. Like, that's what I'm on. The same way when you guys were young, and I don't know who y'all looked up to, but whoever it was, Dr. J had The Rock, Michael Jordan had The Rock. The same way when you get that rock in your hand and you feel that way, that's the same way I felt about Martin Luther King when I would hear him speak. Like, yep, I can do that. The same way when I would hear X lead a group of men, I was like, yo, I could do that. The same way with Marcus Garvey, when Marcus had, like, we going back to Africa and we've got that pride. I'm like, yep, I can do that. So the same way you felt about that rock is the same way I felt about that mic. And I knew at a young age I could speak. And I was like, E, it just can't be about you. You got to be selfless.